All right, buckle up, everyone, because we are diving headfirst into La Liga Matchday 22.
Oh yeah, this Matchday had it all.
It really did. We're talking upsets galore,
Absolutely.
last-minute winners,
hmm
and some seriously impressive individual performances that I think are going to have a big impact on the rest of the season.
Huge implications from this Matchday.
We've got all the match reports ready to break down for you,
Let's
so
go.
by the end of this, you'll be totally in the know, not just about the scores, but like the why behind everything, the tactics, the key moments, all that.
All the juicy details.
Exactly.
We're going to analyze those pivotal moments that shifted the momentum.
Yeah, and break down those winning strategies, or sometimes, the strategies that led to a hard-fought draw.
Right, right. Because sometimes a draw can be just as exciting.
Absolutely. Okay, so first up, let's head over to Girona.
Okay.
They snagged a 2-1 win over Las Palmas. And, a lot of the reports are saying this was down to Girona's tactical discipline.
Well, yeah, tactical discipline is a part of it for sure. But I think it's more than that. Girona really shut down Las Palmas with this relentless high press,
Oh, interesting.
especially in Las Palmas' own half, forcing them into some pretty bad errors, actually.
Wow.
Those 2 goals from Aber Ruiz and Yasser Asprilla.
Yeah.
Those were a direct result of that constant pressure.
So you're saying it wasn't just about, capitalizing on chances. They actually created those chances by putting Las Palmas on the back foot.
Exactly. They dictated the tempo of the entire game. Las Palmas never got comfortable.
Okay, now that is a masterclass in strategy.
For sure. And it shows you how a really well-defined game plan can totally swing things in your favor.
Okay, so speaking of tight tactical battles, we got to talk about Real Betis and Athletic Bilbao, that 2-2 draw.
Oh, man, what a game. Back and forth the whole time.
I know, and it really highlights how even a draw can be a total nail-biter.
Totally.
It seems like both these teams were just absolutely going for the win, right? Just trading blows.
Yeah, I mean, Real Betis, they're known for their attacking strength.
Right.
And they really brought it in this match. But their attack-heavy style, sometimes that leaves them a little exposed at the back.
So Athletic Bilbao saw that opening and just went for it.
They absolutely did. Waited for their moment, countered hard, and really made Real Betis pay for those defensive lapses.
So a valuable point earned through tactical awareness and, well, a little bit of opportunism.
A little bit, yeah.
I love it. Okay, get ready for this one. CA Osasuna went and beat Real Sociedad.
Ooh!
2-1. Real Sociedad, a team with serious top 4 aspirations. This was a big upset.
This is a statement win, no doubt.
So what happened? How did they pull it off?
Well, Osasuna knew they couldn't match Real Sociedad's, possession-based style.
Right.
So they went for a more disruptive approach, focused on frustrating their opponents and then hitting them on the counter.
So it wasn't just about parking the bus and hoping for the best.
No. They defended deep, yes, but with a lot of discipline, forcing Real Sociedad out wide where they're less effective. And then, boom, quick transition, ruthless attack.
And who is the hero of the hour?
Well, you got to give credit to Ante Budimir. Scored both goals for Osasuna.
Wow. Talk about a clutch performance.
Absolutely clinical finishing. And it just shows you how a well-executed strategy, combined with a bit of individual brilliance, can lead to a massive upset.
It's the perfect recipe, isn't it? All right, let's move on to a match that is sure to go down in La Liga history. Diego Simeone's 500th game in charge of Atletico Madrid.
500 games, that's incredible.
I know, and they celebrated in style with a 2-0 win over Mallorca.
A fitting tribute to a legendary manager.
It was a classic Atletico performance, too. Gritty, determined. They just wanted it more.
Exactly. And they had those moments of individual brilliance, too.
Oh, yeah. Goals from Samuel Lino and Antoine Griezmann.
Griezmann's goal. A thing of beauty.
Seriously, that free kick he curled into the top corner, the keeper had no chance.
Absolutely world-class.
And that win, it keeps Atletico Madrid right there in the title race.
Oh, yeah, just 1 point behind league leaders, Real Madrid.
Speaking of Real Madrid,
Yeah.
well, let's just say they had a bit of a rough day at the office.
A rough day. They got taken down by Espanyol.
1-0. Espanyol, a team battling relegation, toppled the reigning champions. Can you believe it?
I mean, it's La Liga. Anything can happen. But yeah, this was a shocker.
Espanyol fought so hard for that win, and their goalkeeper, Joan Garcia, was absolutely unbelievable.
He was, like a wall, just denying Real Madrid again and again.
I know. Those saves were incredible. And then, to top it off, Carlos Romero gets that late winner.
Talk about a storybook ending.
Seriously. But for Real Madrid, This loss could have some major repercussions.
For sure. It opens the door for Barcelona, Atletico Madrid, to close that gap at the top.
This title race just got a whole lot more interesting. Okay, let's shift gears a bit and talk about another team fighting to stay in La Liga. Valencia, they managed to pull off a crucial 2-1 win against Celta Vigo.
Huge win for them.
They needed these points so badly. And the reports are saying that Luis Rioja and Javi Guerra were the dynamic duo of the match. They just seemed to click.
They were on fire. Rioja with his pace and trickery, constantly causing trouble for Celta Vigo's defense. And then that partnership with Guerra, it was a joy to watch.
So how did those goals come about?
Well, Rioja scored one and assisted on the other one, which Guerra scored.
Nice.
And Guerra assisted Rioja's goal, too.
Oh, wow.
A total masterclass in attacking interplay.
It's those kinds of partnerships that can make all the difference. Okay, Barcelona, they had a bit of a tougher time than expected against Deportivo Alaves.
Yeah, much tougher?
Alaves really made them work for that 1-0 win.
They did. I mean, on paper, you'd expect a comfortable Barcelona victory.
Right.
But Alaves were having none of it. They defended with everything they had, and they were so effective at frustrating Barcelona's attacks.
So Barcelona's controlling possession, creating chances, but just can't find the back of the net for most of the match. Sounds like they were missing that clinical edge.
They were, until Robert Lewandowski stepped up.
Of course. He broke the deadlock, securing that 1-0 victory. He just always finds a way, doesn't he?
He does. He's a goal-scoring machine.
But was it really a dominant performance by him, or was it more like he was just in the right place at the right time?
That's a really good question. I mean, he only scored once, but his presence alone was enough to keep Alaves' defense on edge.
Okay, so even if he wasn't scoring goals left and right, he was still having a huge impact on the game.
Absolutely. He was creating space for his teammates, drawing defenders away. You can't underestimate that.
Okay, on to a match that ended in a stalemate. Sevilla and Rayo Vallecano battled it out to a 1-1 draw. Seems like draws were a bit of a theme this week.
They were. This one was a real back-and-forth affair, though. Both teams looking to attack.
How did it all play out?
Well, Yusuf Enesiri, he opened the scoring for Sevilla with a powerful header.
Nice.
But then Rayo Vallecano hit back.
Through Beth.
Isi Pelazon, some beautiful build-up play, and he just slots it home.
So another example of a smaller team going toe-to-toe with a big club.
Exactly. And it just goes to show, in La Liga, no team can be taken lightly.
Yeah.
Anyone can beat anyone on their day.
And finally, Villarreal picked up a hard-fought 1-0 win against Getafe. Not the most exciting match, but those 3 points are crucial.
They are. And it wasn't easy. Getafes are a very well-organized team defensively.
So how did Villarreal finally break through?
Gerard Moreno.
Ah, of course. Another one of those players who just seems to have a knack for scoring goals.
He's a natural finisher.
So Moreno scores the only goal of the game, and that's enough to secure the victory for Villarreal.
It was, yeah. Not the prettiest win, but sometimes you got to grind out those results,
Absolutely. Sometimes a win is a win, no matter how it comes. But could you remind our listeners what's at stake for Villarreal?
Oh, right. They're aiming for a European spot, which basically means qualifying for one of the big European competitions.
Right.
The Champions League or the Europa League. Right. Huge deal for these clubs, both for prestige and, financial reasons.
Absolutely. Okay, last match of the day, another draw.
Another one.
This time, it's Real Valladolid and Elche playing out a 1-1 stalemate.
Goals from?
Sean Weissman for Valladolid.
Okay.
And Lucas Boye for Elche.
It seems like every team was determined to get a result this week.
They were, and that's what makes La Liga so exciting. You just never know what's going to happen.
It's true. Every match is a roller coaster.
And we've only just scratched the surface of this incredible match day.
There's so much more to unpack.
So much more.
It's true. So many draws this week. But, even those draws, they were pretty exciting.
They were.
I'm still thinking about that Espanyol win over Real Madrid.
Oh, yeah.
What a game. I mean, that was a huge statement.
Yeah, it really was. A team fighting to stay in La Liga, they take down the champs. What do you think was the key there? How did Espanyol do that?
Well, defensively, they were amazing. So organized. Kept Real Madrid to mostly, long-range shots, low percentage chances.
Right.
And then Yun Garcia in goal.
Oh, forget about it.
He was on another level.
He was incredible. I actually, I remember a few seasons back when Espanyol pulled off a similar upset.
Yeah.
Their goalkeeper was like the hero that day too. They always seem to have these amazing goalkeepers.
It's almost like a tradition with them. But even beyond the goalkeeper, I mean, their tactics were spot on. They knew Real Madrid would control the ball, so they just shut down the dangerous
Such
areas.
frustrating for Real Madrid.
So frustrating. Couldn't create anything clear-cut, and then Espanyol, they waited for their chance, and bam.
One chance is all it took. It's like the classic underdog story, right?
It is.
But let's go back to another big upset, that Osasuna win over Real Sociedad.
Oh, yeah.
What really impressed you about that one?
Their tactical discipline, they didn't just, like, sit back and defend, They pressed Real Sociedad's midfield like they knew exactly where they were going to pass the ball.
Wow.
So Real Sociedad couldn't get into any kind of rhythm.
Okay, so they shut them down, but then they also had to, make something happen on offense.
Right, and that's where Ante Budimir comes in.
Yeah.
Those 2 goals, I mean, he was making those runs all game, anticipating so much composure in front of goal.
But he's done it 1,000 times.
Right. You wouldn't expect that from a, team fighting to avoid relegation.
Yeah, sometimes it's just about taking those chances when they come, and he did. Okay, gotta talk about Antoine Griezmann.
Oh, yeah.
That free kick goal in Atletico Madrid's win over Mallorca.
Unreal. A masterclass. The control, the creativity.
And the bend on that ball, it was perfect.
Yeah.
Top corner. I mean, he's had his moments, up and down in the last couple seasons, but when he's on, there's no one better.
And he's unstoppable.
Unstoppable. And he brings so much more than just goals to Atletico.
Totally. He's a leader.
Yeah.
Assists. I mean, that goal, it just shows how he can change a game just like that.
In a flash. Okay, so we've been talking about all these upsets, but there were some teams who just quietly, took care of business.
Right.
Villarreal, for example. That 1-0 win over Getafe, not the most exciting game.
No, but crucial 3 points.
Absolutely crucial.
I mean, they really had to fight for it, too. Getafe, defensively, very sound.
Tough to break down.
Yeah, but Villarreal, they just kept at it. And then, boom, Gerard Moreno does what he does.
Finds the back of the net.
And that's the game.
I mean, those are the kind of goals that, you got to score to win those close games.
Absolutely. Just
Cool.
got to be there and stay composed. Sometimes you got to win ugly,
Exactly.
Yeah.
And these wins, they add up. So Villarreal, I mean, remind us what they're fighting for this season.
Oh, right. A European spot.
Yeah, to qualify for those big European competitions.
Right, like the Champions League, the Europa League. That's the goal for so many of these teams. It's not just about winning La Liga.
Huge financial rewards, too. Okay, let's circle back to Real Madrid for a second. That loss really shakes things up at the top of the table.
Huge implications.
Barcelona, Atletico Madrid, they've got to be feeling pretty good right now.
They're right there.
It's gonna be a really interesting finish to the season.
Oh, yeah, this title race is wide open.
And it's not just about the title race.
Right.
There are teams battling relegation. Like, every point matters. Think about that Valencia win.
Crucial.
They were desperate for those points.
And you could tell.
You could see it.
They fought for every inch of that pitch.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the pressure of being in a relegation battle,
It's a whole different kind of pressure.
One bad result, and you're right back in the danger zone.
And that's what makes La Liga so captivating.
Every match matters.
Every single one.
Whether you're at the top or the bottom, there's always something at stake.
Exactly. And that's why I can't wait for next week's matches, especially after all the drama of Matchday 22. It's amazing how quickly things change in football. 1 minute Real Madrid looks unstoppable, the next, bam, they lose to Espanyol.
It really goes to show you can't take anything for granted in this league.
No, you can't. I mean, do you think maybe Real Madrid just underestimated Espanyol? Took their foot off the gas a little bit.
It's possible, yeah. And they paid the price for it. It'll be interesting to see how they bounce back from this,
Yeah.
both mentally and tactically.
Yeah. Will they tighten up at the back? Will they, go all out and attack? Or will they start to doubt themselves?
I mean, could this affect their confidence going forward?
Could it give an opening to the other contenders? I guess we'll have to wait and see.
That's the beauty of La Liga, right?
Yeah.
You just never know what's going to happen next. One week you're at the top, the next, well, you're fighting to stay there.
Yeah, every match is like a mini drama unfolding.
Yeah.
And speaking of fighting, that Valencia win, man, that was massive for them. They needed those points.
Oh, they did. I mean, think about it. One win can completely change a team's outlook.
It's true. The momentum shifts so quickly.
Yeah, Valencia, they were desperate, and then they pull off this dramatic win, and suddenly there's a glimmer of hope.
Right. Maybe they can pull themselves out of the relegation zone. Okay, I'm curious. If you had to pick one team to follow for the rest of the season, based on everything we've talked about, who would it be and why?
Oh, that's a tough one. There's There's so much going on right now.
Yeah, so many interesting storylines.
But if I had to choose, I'd say Osasuna.
Really? Osasuna? Why them?
I think that win against Real Sociedad, it wasn't a fluke. They're a good team, well coached,
Yeah, okay.
and they've got this knack for frustrating their opponents.
Yeah, they're scrappy.
They are. They may not have the big names, the stars,
Yeah.
but they're a solid unit. They can definitely grind out results.
Yeah. So you think they could be like the dark horse of the season, maybe even challenge for a European spot?
I wouldn't count them out. Look, they've got the tactical discipline, they defend well, and they've got, Ante Budimir up front, who's scoring goals for fun right now.
Yeah, he's on fire.
If they can keep this up, who knows what they can achieve.
I love it. Well, this has been an incredible deep dive into La Liga Matchday 22. So many twists and turns, incredible goals, and just a sense that anything can happen.
That's La Liga for you. Is
Yeah.
what keeps us coming back for more.
Exactly. And you know what? What really strikes me is how much each result matters. I mean, one win, like Espanyol's win over Real Madrid, it can completely shift the balance of power.
It's like a ripple effect.
It is. It shows that every match counts. Every point is crucial.
Every team can make a difference.
And that's what makes this league so exciting. So we want to hear from you. Who are you watching this season? Which team has caught your eye? Let us know on social media. Until next time, keep on diving.